Os. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. All right, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded, here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Free. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。しばらくち。Ready? よい。Welcome to today's class. What we're going to be doing today is actually going through a purple belt exam. All right, so this is, again, intermediate level, right? We're a purple belt. So this would be transitioning from blue belt to a purple belt. I'm not going to take the test and go one by one and go through each and everything. That would take a little bit too long to kind of go through it and explain as we go through. So I'm going to pull some things from the exam, and we're just going to do them as drills, or we're going to kind of work through them or demo them just as you would in an exam. All right, so I'm going to grab the exam. Okay. So, fourth key exam, you start off with Tagaizuki and then Ageuke. So Tagaizuki is your cross-body punch, which is this punch. All right, so let's take a look at that real quick. So you're in Shizentai and you're going to do a cross-body punch. You want to step into a keep it out stance and cross-body punch. Go back the other direction. Cross-body punch. Okay, this is again shoot-on level for just about every punch that we're doing. Unless it states otherwise, unless it states specifically you're doing something that is Jodan level, any punch or strike is going to be at a Chudan level. Therefore, when you're doing Tagaizuki, you want to go Chudan level, Chudan level. All right. Tagaizuki is again a cross-body punch. That arm should be angled slightly down, right? As if you were to take a drop of water, drop it right here at the top of your arm. You can watch that drop of water roll down and off of your fist. All right. So that's Tagaizuki. The next thing is Ageuzuki, all right, Ageuzuki, which can be done in a couple of different ways, okay? Ageuzuki, for this particular belt level, for purple belt, ties into Hand Godan, all right? So you're looking at this punch, which is a supported punch, and it moves in an up direction. Now let's take a look at it in the context of Hand Godan, okay? In Hand Godan, we do a kick of our hand, an elbow strike, okay, and Enpiuchi, and then we turn and move up, just like this, stepping out with our other foot. But in the context of what it is, this is a rising punch. All right, you may also be familiar with rising punch or Ageuzuki in MP, the kata MP. That's different. It goes from here, okay? It is still a rising punch. It is not an oi, or it's not a Gaikuzuki punch. It is a rising punch. Exactly what it is. It starts from here and moves up. All right, it's as if you're catching someone right here into the chin. It's a rising punch. All right, it is completely different than Ageuzuki, rising punch, and Hand Godan. Since again we're looking at purple belt, this is what we're referring to is Ageuzuki from the Hand Godan kata, because this is when you learn Hand Godan, or you demonstrate the kata Hand Godan. In the kata Hand Godan, that also can represent that you're grabbing someone's gi, right? You're wrapping your hand around this gi, grabbing them, and at this point, you turn and you jump. And you've heard what I've said before about a jump in a kata typically means you're doing a throw, right? And I'll explain it again. In a kata, typically whenever there's a jump, you're doing a throw, because you're showing your leg muscles. You're showing that you're able to get your body up off the ground, right, by jumping. Therefore, you're able to grab someone and pick them up and throw them to the ground, right? What does it look like in Hand Godan? We start here, we do this rising punch, strike down, and then move over to the side for this supported block. In real life, okay, very simple, same thing, similar, right? Elbow strike, then you grab their gi, lift, get them off their feet, off their balance, and twist across your body, striking down. All right? Looks very familiar, right? Looks exactly like what we just did in Heian Godan. All right, so that's Agi Zuki, just a rising punch. All right? The next thing you're looking at is the uchi, or the strike. So kin uchi, groin strike, is just simply this. All right, is that a front stance? Front stance, strike the groin, again, with the fingertips here. And you want to make that a spear. Hopefully you can kind of see that with my fingers. It's not just a flat hand, okay? You are kind of putting those fingers together, making a very hard point, right, with which to strike, okay? Striking the groin. You can make a fist if you were doing this in real life if you wanted to. That would be probably a little bit more appropriate, but kin-uchi is that groin strike. Same thing on the other side, kin-uchi, groin strike. Other hand comes up to block or keep your head safe. There, all right, there. All right, that's kin-uchi, very straightforward. Juji-uchi, yes. Juji-uchi, cross strike. Again, comes from the kata, Heian Godan, where we strike down, and we also strike up, or block up. So this strike, a lot of people think you're blocking a kick. And typically you could be blocking a kick, right? As you come down and block that kick that's coming straight to you. But you could also be doing a gedan, getting that kick off to the side and then punching at the same time. So it's a block and then you strike. All right, so that's another way that that can be interpreted. Because in my opinion, if someone's getting ready to kick you, it's very hard to catch that kick and block it, right? That's not a very easy thing to do. It's easy to deflect it off to the side because there's not really as much timing involved. But once it's deflected, you can easily move in for a strike to the inside of the leg, the knee, all right? A lot of areas that you can strike once that kick is deflected, that punch can come into any of this area here, even the gut, all right? So that's something to think about there with that particular down strike or block. Next thing is Haishu-uke or Haishu-uchi, right? The same thing, which is where your hand comes out slow. Again, part of Heian Godan. Also part of Teki Shodan, a big part of Teki Shodan, where your hand comes out here to the side. All right, so this is just Haishu-uke. This can be done slow. It can also be done quickly, which is just that, all right? Other side, simply there. Other hand comes back to Hikite, so it's there. Kibidachi is the stance that this is typically performed in. So again, your feet are parallel. Hand comes out and vertical at the last minute, last second. Okay. Next up is Geri. You're looking at Uchi Mikazuki Geri and Ude. So inside and outside crescent kick is basically what this is. And again, this more comes from Hand Sandan, but we're asking you to demonstrate it here in purple belt level. Purple belt is what I tend to refer to as the kicking belt, because this is where you pick up a lot of kicks, a lot of kicking combinations. All right, but a Mikatsuki Geri is simply a crescent kick. So you're taking your rear leg and as if someone's holding a knife or a gun pointed at you, and you're just, okay, that would be an outside. Inside is just the opposite. Instead of coming out, you're coming up and out that way. So instead of coming from out to in, you're going from in to out. All right, same thing on the other side. We just do the exact same thing, out to in, okay, or in to out. Okay, so it is a circular kick, where again, if someone's holding a gun, stick, knife, even their hand, a broken bottle, whatever it happens to be out in front, and you're just kicking it out of the way. All right. Next up is Kihon drills, which that's a part of every exam. And it's a part of every exam for a specific reason, right? I want to get you tired. I want to see you work through being tired. I want to see you get through, specific drills and get tired. So this one, I think we have time. Let's go through some of these if you'd like. Kihon drills. Geto Mirai, then 4 forward, Mawate, Geto Mirai, and 4 again. So this one, first one is punching Sanbamzuki. So this is Jodan, Chudan, Chudan. It's fairly simple, right? So I'll do this from side to side instead of coming straight at you. That way you kind of have a better look at what we're doing. So let's go through this. All right, so the first one again is punching Sanbamzuki. All right, and like it says on the exam, show off and Geto Mirai. So ready? Do this with me. Ready? Geto Mirai, come take. Ice. Sanbamzuki. Mawate and come back. Ready? Each. Ni. San. Yon. Go. 1. Ready? Each. Ni. San. Yon. Go. 1. Yeah, man. Alright, your speed may not be where mine is. It's perfectly acceptable. All we're doing is Sanbamzuki. I just want to make sure we're able to get through it again, just like we would for an exam. Alright, the next thing shows Ageuke, rising block, Nizuki. Okay, that's fairly simple. Again, rising block, and then a Nizuki double punch. Let's go through it. Ready? Get him right on the check. Peace! Ready. Hajime. Each. Ni. San. Yon. Go. 1. Each. Ni. San. Yon. Go. 1. Good, young man. All right, and a couple of things I'm watching for here. All right, telegraphing. Take that into consideration, right? This is something I talked about in a previous class and something you should be watching out for. When you move forward, are you kicking out that front foot? If you are, you need to try to correct it. So, you should be moving forward by transitioning your weight, right? 1, 2, 3. All right, transition that weight. Try not to kick that front foot out. All right. All right, next thing you're looking at is Geto Mirai Nizuki. Then, so you're basically walking through every block with a Nizuki. So we don't have to go through every one. Because it goes to Gedan, Uriuke, Uchiuke, Uriuke in a front stance, then an MP, which is an elbow strike. So that's a little bit different. The next one is a Shuto Uke and Kakutsudachi, that's back stance. Maigeri, front snap kick, set down in a Zenkutsudachi front stance, and then Nukete. So that's a good one. All right, so let's practice that. That's a good one because I want to see your transition from back stance to front stance. That's important, right? And I get to see a kick. I get to see your back stance, your front stance, and your Nukete. All right, so let me just demonstrate this from the side just so you can see it. So we would step out into a Kakutsudachi back stance, like this. Hajime. Front kick, your option. Ready? Front kick that way, or front kick with your rear leg. All right? Your choice. The next thing it says is Nukete in Zenkutsudachi, front stance. So, you're either transitioning from here, kick, leg needs to drop out to the side, blocking down, Nukete. Okay? So you're in that front stance. All right? Or we go the other way, right? We go with the kick from the rear leg. Kick, block, nukete. Again, I want to see that hip drive, and I want to see transition from that back stance to the kick to the front stance. So that's what I'm looking for with that particular Qigong drill, okay? I think there's another way to do it. Let's think about it. So again, back stance, kick, no movement, no step. And then you can transition to back stance on the other side. Back stance, kick, nukete. So several different ways that you can do that, right? I just showed you 3 ways to do that. All right, so you can pick one and go through that particular Qigong drill. So pick one. I'm not going to tell you which one to pick. Pick whichever one you feel most comfortable with, because that's what I would ask you to do on the exam. All right. Again, we're not practicing my karate. We're practicing your karate, and I want to see that you're able to do it. Okay. So pick which one you like the best, and let's practice it. Okay. Come back. All right. Shizentai. And stepping out into our back stance on my command. Ready? Hajime. All right, make your decision on how you're going to perform this one. We're going to go just on my count. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Yum. Go. One thing. If you'd like to change it up at any point, you can. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Yum. Yummy. All right. So, gave you a couple options. Hopefully you found something that you liked and you went with it. All right. Next up are those crescent kicks, inside and outside. 4 forward, 4 back. Nothing impressive there, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. The next thing is we're having you combine kicks. Like I said, purple belt, I refer to as the kicking belt. What you're doing here is demonstrating alternating legs, right, forward and back. Maegeri Kiyagi and Maegeri Kikomi. Front snap, front thrust. Let's do that. All right. Then you're doing Maegeri Kiyagi with Mawashi Geri. Then Maegeri Kiyagi with Yoko Geri Kikomi. So front snap kick and then a side thrust kick. Then Mawashi Geri with Ushiro Geri. All right. Round kick, back kick. And then finally, Yoko Geri Kikomi and Ushiro Geri. So side kick, back kick. All right. So that's a lot of kicks. That's 5 different kicking combinations, maybe 6. So let's work. We got time, right? Let's work those. All right. Okay. Front snap, front thrust. Rotate, come back. Ready? Get them around my command. Ready? Hajime. Ready? Each. Knee. 1. All right, make sure you have room. Basically what it says on the exam sheet is 2. So you're doing a combo of 2, which is what we just did. Ready? Same thing. Each. Knee. 1 thing. Now make. Good. All right, next thing was front snap kick and round kick, right? Front snap kick, round kick. Let's try it. Same thing, ready? Hajime. If you want to get into a fighting stance, that's perfectly fine. Again, for this belt level, this is what we're starting to look for, all right? Instead of being down in a very traditional stance, you can start in a fighting stance. It's up to you, all right? That's the perks of being a more advanced student, or like I said, an intermediate moving to an advanced belt. Okay, or an intermediate moving to an intermediate belt. All right, front snap kick, round kick. Ready? Find your stance. And each. Knee. Some. Latte. Switch legs. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Latte. Yame. Good. Next up, yokogeri. All right, so front snap kick, side thrust kick. So again, now we're transitioning stances. All right, because you're going from, even if you're going from a fighting stance with that front snap kick, you're now going sideways for that thrust. Right? And then from this, you're transitioning back to this so you can get ready for that front kick. All right, so now you can kind of understand the point and why this is an intermediate style of exam. All right, ready? All right, front snap kick, side thrust kick. Ready? Get into your stance and hajime. Each. Knee. I don't have room, so I'm going to go ahead and do wante, so get some space. Ready? Each. Knee. Wante. Yame. All right. Let's go ahead with the next one. Front snap kick. Nope. Round kick. And then back kick. This one's going to get a lot of people. Okay? Because once you throw your round kick, continue your rotation. Now you're kicking with the other leg. It should come up, back, and follow your rotation. All right? If you have to do it slow, do it slow. I'm not asking for speed here. Okay? Let's go through it together. Round kick, back kick. Find your stance. Ready? Hajime. Good. Again. Knee. And Moate. Switch your legs if you need to. Ready? Each. Knee. Moate. Amen. Another thing that I want to see here is control. So that's why I kind of ask you to do it slowly, because when you do it slow, you have to do it with control. If you go fast, you can kind of wing it, but you look a little awkward, right? You can go fast, and it looks a little like this. That doesn't really look like a back kick anymore, right? It looks like a urumawashi-gere, which is a back spinning round kick, okay? A back kick should be from your back. Your opponent is right behind you. You're coming up with your leg and then back with your leg, looking over your shoulder as you make that connection. All right, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a urumawashi-gere, all right, which is what it looks like when you go fast. Because you see that sweep around. Okay, so I want it to look like, okay, so go slow. All right, next is yokogeri mushirogeri. So side kick, back kick. Not going to go through it, but again, exactly what I just said, right? You're going side kick, go slow, rotate to the back, lift that leg up, knee up, then thrust that kick back, right? It's a donkey kick, right? The donkey, when it kicks, it lifts its leg up and then kicks back. It doesn't just stand there and throw its leg back, okay? Lift that leg up and kick it back, all right? Next up is Kihon drills again. This one is in Kibarachi. Yokogiri, Kiagi, a side snap kick, and then Kikomi. Okay, so it's just continuing with kicks. I don't know why that's separated, but it is. I can correct that. So It's just side snap, side thrust kick. Okay, we can go through that rather quickly, right? So stepping out into kibidachi, so find a good kibidachi stance, hands up, side snap, side thrust. Snap, you're gonna come over on your left leg, depending on how you're standing. All right, you're gonna come on your back leg if your opponent is there. Side snap, side thrust. Again. Awate is just a rotation of your upper body. Okay, still in kibidachi. Side snap, side thrust. Side snap, thrust. And yame. All right, got that one? Pretty simple. Okay, next. Still with kicking, but this is a big one. One time across the floor, turn, one time back across the floor. All 4 kicks in combination. Maigeri Kiyagi, Mawashi Geri, Yoko Geri, Yoshiro Geri. All 4 kicks. Let's take a look. Haven't done this in a while, but. All right, so start in your fighting stance. Ready? Go slow. Think about it this way. Think about your sensei calling each kick and you don't know which one's coming up next. So he calls a kick and you do it. He calls the next kick and you do it, the next and you do it, the next and you do it. All right, think about it that way. Let's try it that way, ready? Front snap kick, round kick, side kick, back kick, peace. Okay? Make sure you have room to go back the other direction and do it again. Right? Front snap kick, round kick, side kick, back kick. And yame. Maintain control. I should be able to see each individual kick and you shouldn't look like you're going to fall down. All right? What I'm not looking for is this front kick, round, that it kind of throws you this way, then you get this side, you're out of breath, and you're throwing everything. I can't even do it wrong, but don't look like a newborn stork, all right? Look like you know what you're doing. Show me each kick individually, string them together in one combination. That's what I'm looking for, right? Okay, next is Gedamarai to start, then Oizuki, front lunge punch, then Maigeri Kiyagi, front snap kick, and then Gyakuzuki. Okay, so the first time you do it, it's front lunge punch, front kick, front lunge punch, front kick. Next time, or the next drill, is reverse punch, front kick. All right, so let's do that in a fighting stance. So hands up. What's your Oizuki looking like now? That is a Kazamazuki. So it's not what it looks like. So don't want you to get into that trap. Oizuki punch. That's your Oizuki punch. Is the punch come and then the kick, or the kick and then the punch? It's the punch and then the kick. All right. So again, punch, kick. All right. So when you go down, you're going to do the same hand and same foot. So whenever you turn, you're going to have to switch your stance. All right. Let's practice this one. We'll go slow. Ready? Fighting stance. Oizuki, Maigeri Kiyagi. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. What? All right. I couldn't get my kick in, so turn. Make sure you're switching your stances now. Now you're going with the opposite arm you're kicking or punching with, opposite foot. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Good. All right, I'm running out of room.
It is only asking you to do 2 on the exam, right? Nope, it says 4. So you're gonna have to do it twice, depending on the amount of space that you have. So for me, if I were doing this, I would have to do that twice. 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down. That gives me 4 in each direction. All right, let's do Gyakuzuki. This time, but we're only doing 2 and 2. All right, so don't worry about the 4 and 4. 2 and 2. Gyakuzuki, reverse punch. All right, this is different. We're not stepping this time, right? Ready? Each. Good. Knee. Some. Yo. Go. One. All right, so now we're getting in a lot more in our count, right? So this time we can easily get 4 or 5. So Oizuki is a bit different. Gyakuzuki, a little bit simpler because we're not stepping, right? All right, again, ready? Each. Knee. Some. Yum. Go. One. Now make. All right, very good. All right, so next up after that is your Kihon Kata. All right, Kihon Kata for this belt level is Geri Kata Nidan. All right, so that's where you're doing a round kick and then a punch. All right, round kick, Nizuki. If you're not familiar with that, make sure you study that before you get to the exam. It's part of purple belt classes. So that's your Kihon Kata, Geri Kata Nidan, just second kicking kata. Then you're going to go to your traditional kata, all 5. Look at hand Shodan, Nidan, Sandan, Yandan, and Godan, all 5 kata. The kata that you're learning for this belt level, or you have to learn in order to get to this belt level, is hand Godan. Okay? All right. So, let's see here. And then you move into Kumite. All right, and I'm not going to go through the Kumite because they're not written on here. It's part of what you learn, especially once you join my program, you'll get taught exactly what the Kumite are for each belt level. It's not going to be written on your exam. Instead, on your exam, it'll state this. Demonstrate Ippon Kumite Ichi, Ni, and San at full speed with a live partner if available from a front and side view. Okay? So there's 3 Kumite that you have to learn. All right, and it's much better if you do it with a partner. If you don't have a partner available, you would have to show me both the attack and the defense instead of just defending. Okay, because your opponent, your partner would be the attacker, and all you'd have to show me is the defense. Okay, but if you're doing it by yourself, you need to show me both the attack and the defense. All right, so the only thing left really is that traditional kata. Okay, so it's easy to go through that kata. If you want, since hand Godan is the kata for this belt level, let's go through hand Godan. Right, let's go through that kata together. And I ask you to do it at 2 different angles. All right, I ask you to do it at 2 different angles for a couple of reasons. I need to see your footwork. Okay, so maybe the angle of your camera, I can see your footwork for 80% of the kata, and then 20% is hidden. But if you change to another angle, maybe I can pick up that other 20%. Okay. But also, if your back happens to be to me for a particular Kihon technique, from one angle I can't see it, but from another I might be able to, or I should be able to. So think about that whenever you're facing the camera and you're going through these kata for a belt exam, and you think to yourself, okay, I'm going to start here. Where's my back going to be to the camera? Okay, the next time I do it, I'm going to start over here because my back won't be to the camera for those particular techniques. Or maybe I need to start over here, because then my back won't be there for those techniques, or there. So you have a lot of options on where you can start, and just make sure that I'm able to see everything as much as possible. All right, if you have to go back and review the footage, go back and review the footage. Okay, make sure that you are in frame, make sure that everything that you're doing is staying within the frame of the camera. You're not doing part of the kata way off the side over here where it's not able to be seen. And then you submit that, and you think, or you have a passion, you're like, yeah, he's going to pass me. I mean, I'm good at everything else. I was off the camera for half the kata, but everything else was good. All right, I need to see it. So does the FSKA. All right, so that is the governing body that I adhere to, and they have to see this as well if they're grading the exam. All right, that said, let's go ahead and do hand godon. All right, my floor is covered in sweat, so I'm going to try not to slip. Hand godon. All right, your own speed and pace. We'll go through protocol together. Ready? Yoi. Subarachi. Ready? Yoi. Hand godon. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. And yame, very good. Just want to give you time to finish your kata as well. Let's do it one more time, all right? Choose another angle. I'm gonna start on this side, okay? So, thinking about that, my back really won't be to you very much, right? Doing it this way, my back was to you for this and this. If I jump turn, I'm back to you. If I go this way, right, my back is to you for the haishuuke, but my elbow turns me back around, okay? So again, just something to think about. Let's go through it again. Ready? Yoi. Subarachi. Ready? Yoi. Hand godon. Your own speed and pace. Hajime. And yame. Very good. All right. So, let's come back together. Center of class. Yoi. Subarachi. Ready. Yoi. Seiza. All right. Today's meditation, just want you to breathe. We just got through 2 somewhat difficult kata, all right, right in a row. Breathe, all right. 5 count in, 4 count hold, 6 count out. Ready? Mokuso. Mokuso yame, senten yore. Tate. Yoi. Subarachi. Right. Yoi. Os. All right. Thank you, students, for joining me for this class. Basically, going through a purple belt exam from beginning to end, so you kind of understand what it's like to go through an intermediate style exam. All right, and kind of what I'm looking for. all right, if you were to submit an exam for that belt level, all right? Thank you again for joining me. We'll see you in the next class. Os.